Okay, for our graphing test tomorrow, you need to be able to handle things like this. X squared plus 2x plus 3 equals 0, solved by graphing. Well, go ahead, plug that into your calculator. And you have two choices. You can either graph it as is and go y1 is this and y2 is that, and graph this side and graph that side and see where they cross. That's my favorite way. It's called using second calc intersect. Or you could have just graphed this one, since this side equals 0. You could just graph that one and see where it touches. That's called second calculate the 0. I personally think it's easier to do second calculate the intersect, see where the two lines cross. Now, I'm going to leave up to you to make a call on that. Pause for a second. I'll put that in my calculator. So, as you guys have noticed, when you graph this puppy, you do not have the two lines crossing each other. So, I'm going to fix this just a little bit so that I know that they will cross. Change this to a minus 3. And I believe that'll be enough to force it to cross. Does it now? All right, good. Now try to find me the two answers by graph. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to find where these two lines cross. The other line I'm talking about is the x-axis. And since I've graphed that as y equals 0, now I can calculate intersect. Second, calculate intersect. And I'm hoping you're feeling like this is really easy, because this is definitely the easy part. Okay, you get a 1 over there, and what was it on the other side? All right, negative 3. So we got two answers, yay. What if this had been a less than problem? Would I do it completely differently? Well, not really. I still need the 1 and the 3, or the negative 3 and the 1, those two answers that we just got. I still need those, but I need to know which way to shade, and the calculator can tell me that. Do you remember, if I have my two numbers, how to tell whether or not it actually works at those numbers? Which thing tells you that? This part. Since that says less than or equal to, and that's what I meant to have in there anyway, is less than or equal to sign. Since it says less than or equal to, I fill these in. These spots work. Now, how do I know where it works? You could test things, but that's not really solving by graphing. The calculator can tell you where to shade. Do you remember how to do that? Everybody go back out here, go to your y equals, go to the third line, and then type in y1. It's under bars. Y bar, enter, enter. Y1 is, now I got to find the greater than sign. Somebody showed me the other day that it's under test. And where is test? Somewhere near the top. Right above math, yeah, right above math, there is all of those symbols right there. It is a lot faster than going through the catalog. Okay? Right above the math button. Alright, now I want less than or equal to. So that one is right there, 6-1. Okay, enter. Y1 is less than Y2. Now I gotta go to Y2. It's under bars, Y bars, function. Oh, I put it in Y1 by here. Sorry, I only hit it once. Sorry. Bar, Y bar, function, down, enter. Y2. Y1's greater than Y2. And do you notice that extra little thing it puts on the graph now? That extra little line is telling you shade on the inside. Okay? If it hadn't put in that extra little line there, it would have put in the extra little line here and here, and it would have been saying shade on the outside. All right? Raise your hand if you get this. Okay, good. Now, last time, let's talk about linear regressions. Linear regressions are the kind where you put in a bunch of data in the table. Everybody go to stat. We're going to put in some data in your table. I'm going to use the same data just because I'm lazy and that's already in mine. 10, 20, 30, and 40 is your x's. Everybody please make your x's 10, 20, 30, and 40. And then go to your L2 and make it 16, 18, 20, and 22. Then see if you remember how to do a linear regression. But one thing before you start, clear off your y1. Because remember how this is going to slap an equation into your y1. You got this in, go to your Y equals button. It's okay to have Y2 and Y3 in there. So I would actually keep the one that has the greater than or equal to thing in there just as your way of remembering how to do it to the best. But you definitely need to clear your Y1. Yes? If you reverse them, it would matter because then all of a sudden your X's become Y's and your Y's become X's. Always put your X's in as L1 and your Y's as L2. Right. So now I'm going to go back to the Y equals, make sure my Y1 is cleared off. Clear. Good, now there's room to put that equation in. And then hopefully you knew to go to stat, calculate a linear regression, which is number 4. And then I'm supposed to go L1, comma L2, comma Y1, unless you guys have the Nito operating system, which already says L1 and L2. You just have to store equation on Y1. All right, I'm going to L1, comma L2, comma Y1, bars, Y bars, enter, enter. There, and I hit enter, and it has given me an equation. Could I write it down from there? Absolutely. Y equals 0.2x plus 14. Raise your hand if you had that right. Okay, awesome. Now let's use it on the chart. Everybody go to your table. Your table might be like mine, where it's up in the 2000s. Okay? Was our data actually up in the 2000s? No. So you want to go back to your table settings. They're right above the window. Go there with me. Table set. And there's two things we're going to change. We're going to start at 1, and then we're going to change table. See that little triangle? Change table by. That means what you count by. Let's count by 0.5s here. Count by half. Now I'm going to go in my table. And I started with 1, and then I went to 1.5, then 2, then 2.5. You get how it's counting by halves this time? That's really handy on one of your homework problems. It's going to ask you, like, what if x is 2.6? Well, you better change it so it counts by 0.1. So anyway, on this one, let's say on our original data we had 10, 20, 30, and 40, right? Let's look at 50 and a half. Let's see what we'd have at 50 and a half. Well, I'm going to go to my table settings right away and just change it to 50 so that I get there a lot quicker. You know what I mean? You can arrow down if you want to, but all right, there. 50 and a half, 24.1. That makes sense. All right. One last time. Let's see if you really can adjust to this. What if I said, I want to know what it is at 50 points. You can fix your table so that it gives you 50.8 x. X 50.8. You have the answer. All right, good. You then change your table settings. You didn't catch that. You go to table set, it's right here above window, and change count by 0.1. Now, when I go to my table, it has 50, 50.1, 50.2, etc., and I want it 50.8, so we just zero down further. 0.8, 24.16. Raise your hand if you had that one right. Okay, good. Now, is that everything you need to know for tomorrow? No, but it's a good review. And here, just do all the practice problems we've given you. Check the answers to be ready for your test on graphics. Any last questions before I stop the video? Okay,